Of course, the talk in the bond market is that the Fed policymakers will be forced to tighten sooner than they're planning. And of course, if that in fact does happen, there's the potential for a taper tantrum. How real is that potential?
Well, I think it is. I mean, the deficit is, $3 to $4 trillion. The Fed is financing perhaps half of that, and other central banks are financing perhaps half of that. And so it's up to the rest of us, the vigilantes or the hedge funds or whoever, to fill the gap. I have a hunch that what was known as Operation Twist in the late 40s after World War II, and the Fed trying to keep interest rates down by buying 10s and longer bonds, that Operation Twist may be in our future, where the Fed is limited to, perhaps a trillion or so in terms of outright spending, but they begin to spend more on 10s and 20s and 30s in order to keep those long-term interest rates down. The 10-year is influential on mortgage rates. Mortgage rates are influential on housing. And so I think we have Operation Twist in our future. We might even have had Operation Twist in the last 2 weeks. I don't know that, but it smells a little bit. It smells a little bit, Eric, because we got up to 165 or 70. There was a panic type of mode, and all of a sudden we're back down to 160. But that's just conjecture on my part.
Are you still short treasuries, and if so, where on the curve?
Yeah, I'm short the 10-year future, which is a 7-year, 6-year piece of paper. I'm short the long bond to a certain extent. There's an interesting thought, and I'm sure you've maybe even interviewed Scott Menard from Oppenheimer or not.
Guggenheim.
Yes, Guggenheim, sorry. He basically isn't necessarily a bear or a bull, but he suggests that it remains to be proven whether a bear market is in our future, because the 10-year and the 30-year are in these long-term downtrend channels that started in 87 and 86. And the 30-year bond at 250 basically is at the top of that range, and the 10-year at about 2 is at the top of that range. And so he basically says that until proven otherwise, until breaking those channels, we're still in this downtrend. I disagree with that, but it's an interesting proposition.